Welcome back to Very Life, bringing you easy and delicious recipes from around the world. Today we're serving up crispy salt and pepper tofu, air fried for that perfect crunch. Then toss in a savory mix of garlic, chilies, and spices. It's bold, it's addictive, and way easier than you think. So, skip the takeout and let's make it at home. Alright, first up, let's get our tofu golden and crispy. Here we have a block of extra firm tofu that we've pressed in our handy dandy tofu press for about 30 minutes. This is a dry dish, so we just want to get rid of the excess moisture and firm it up a bit more. We'll pat it dry and cut it into bite-sized cubes, just big enough to pop into your mouth without looking suspicious. Salt and pepper tofu is inspired by the classic Cantonese dish salt and pepper pork chop, a favorite in southern Chinese cuisine. Originally from Guangdong, this dish is known for its bold seasoning, garlic, chilies, and 5-spice. Over time, vegetarians adapted it using tofu, creating a crispy, flavor-packed version that keeps all the punch and none of the meat. Now, in a large mixing bowl, we'll add a generous scoop of cornstarch, our magic dust for that crispy coating. Sprinkle in some white pepper, a pinch of salt, maybe 2, and give it a mix. This is going to be our base layer of flavor. Then toss in all of our tofu pieces. How did the tofu know its way around the city so well? It had a mappo it. Then give them another shower of cornstarch, a dusting of white pepper, and another hit of salt. Here we want to be gentle and stir using a folding motion, making sure every cube of tofu gets love. Now, we'll give it a quick spritz of cooking oil to help it crisp up and get that golden crunch. Again, toss gently, always being careful to avoid breakage. What did the tofu say at the motivational seminar? Be firm, but never dry. Next, we transfer the tofu to a parchment-lined tray, giving each piece a little personal space. No bumping edges. This allows the tofu to crisp up on all sides at once, as opposed to pan frying where you're constantly flipping and turning. Then, we place it in our air fryer at about 375 to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, or 190 to 205 Celsius for our friends across the pond, for about 15 to 20 minutes depending on your air fryer, flipping halfway through so both sides get that golden glow. Until it looks something like this, crispy on the outside, tender on the inside, perfection. A public service announcement: resist that urge to snack on these. At least let them get to the wok first. Next, we prep our vegetables, starting with the garlic, minced nice and fine. We want that sizzle, that aroma, that vampire repelling goodness. The more the merrier. Next, green onions. We're going to use both the whites and the greens. Whites are going into the wok for that mellow sweetness, and the greens? Those we're saving for a fresh finish at the end. Green onions are basically the culinary equivalent of a confetti drop at the tofu party. Do you know how many vegans it takes to change a light bulb? 2. One to change it, and the other to check the label for animal byproducts. For some heat, we're going with a jalapeno. But, as always, make it your own, and feel free to replace it with your favorite chili. We only need half. You can dial the heat up or down, depending on your spice tolerance. Just remember not to rub your eyes after this part. Trust me, learned that the hard way. Whew! And lastly, a shallot. Small but mighty. We'll dice it finely. This adds a delicate sweetness and depth that a plain old onion just can't match. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more delicious plant-based recipes. And for the full written recipe, head over to verylife.com, your hub for easy and tasty eats from around the world. That's it for the prep. The secret to this dish is this custom salt and pepper seasoning mix, starting with half a teaspoon of white pepper powder for that signature heat, a quarter teaspoon of garlic powder, a dab will do you, a quarter teaspoon of Chinese 5 spices, warm and aromatic, a quarter teaspoon of ground Szechuan peppercorns. It's citrusy, tingly, and wakes up the taste buds. And finish with salt to taste. It's not a seasoning without salt. This humble little blend is what sets this dish apart and gives you that top-notch restaurant quality flavor. It's that little something you can't quite put your finger on. That's it. Now we set it aside. With everything ready, it's time to wok this way. First, we heat up a tablespoon of cooking oil in a wok or a pan over medium-low heat. Then add the minced garlic and saute for about 30 to 60 seconds or until fragrant. Next, we toss in the shallots and the whites of the green onion and saute for another minute. This is some good aromatherapy. Now in go the jalapenos for that spicy note. Then we dust it with our magical spice mix. We'll let those sizzle for about 30 seconds, just softening a little. Oh man, the aroma coming off of this wok is already making my mouth water. Give everything a toss and let the spices bloom. This part is quick but key. The flavors get toasted just right. Now we toss in our crispy tofu cubes. Who needs to deep fry and deal with all that oily mess? Then we toss and stir until every golden cube is coated with flavor. Now we'll sprinkle on a little bit more of our spice mix. Being sure to save a little for garnish later. Last but never least, finish with those vibrant green onions for a pop of color and freshness. Ring the bell because salt and pepper tofu is ready. Just look at this, crispy, golden, air-fried to perfection tofu. This dish works as a snack, an appetizer for a party, or as a meal served over rice or with a veggie stir fry. It's as versatile as it is simple. If this recipe made your mouth water, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends or family who kick it with tofu. And as always, check out berryberrylife.com for full recipes, tips, and more tasty recipes from around the world. There you have it, salt and pepper tofu, a sublime taste of China in the comfort of your own kitchen. Love tofu? Don't miss our other crispy, saucy, and stir-fried tofu recipes popping up on your screen. Your next favorite might be just a click away. Thank you for watching. Enjoy!